Hello viewers, my name is Leopold Munende. You are watching newzimbabwe.com. Blame for unfair deals struck by African states with China should lie squarely on African governments who engage in negotiations without adequate preparation. Southern Africa Development Committee Executive Secretary Stegomena Lawrence has said. She was addressing members of the media after a two-day visit to Harare, where she toured the regional body's Peacekeeping Center and Interpol Regional Bureau. Lawrence, who accepted that China's increasing African influence was causing worry across the continent, conceded that there was a risk of neo-colonialism by the Asian superpower. SADC's Politics, Defense and Security Secretary Yoge Cardoso, however, defended the relationship, adding that the regional body sought to increase cooperation with China.
Not the Chinese which have military presence in Africa. We have many other, as they are known, the partners. I would say big powers, which also have an interest and a presence not only in Southern Africa but in Africa. But we must have a positive look or outlook into the presence of our cooperating partners in the region. As much as we, as a region, as member states, we know and we seek to preserve and maintain our interest, because as you know, nowadays security is multidimensional, and there's no country which by itself can defend its borders and its citizens and its economies against the multitude of threats which we are facing. We all know about terrorism. Terrorism, they don't respect borders. It calls for a greater cooperation and coordination with all countries, including China and others which are keen to support us. You know that as countries, we also need technology, and the Chinese and other cooperating partners also bring the element of technology and transfer of technology, in this case in the military domain, which we very much welcome.
There is a lot of fear about China, and I do not understand why the fear about China. We cooperate with a number of other partners. We cooperate with the European Union. We have been negotiating a number of contracts. When it comes to resources, we have been negotiating with them the EPA, Economic Partnership Agreements. That is pure about resources, because it's about opening our market, and also they open their market. We have been cooperating with United States through AGOA. We have been cooperating with Canada. There are a number of them. When it comes to military, it's the same. We have been working with the United States. We have been working with Russia. We have been working with a number of other partners. The bottom line, which I keep on emphasizing, yes, I hear you, history can repeat itself if we allow that history to repeat itself. The only way is that to make sure that when you go to that negotiating table, be prepared. If you're not prepared, you should not blame the Chinese, you should not blame the Europeans, you should not blame the Americans, you have to blame yourself. So that is the only thing. So you go there in a computer, they say garbage in, garbage out.
There have been growing fears that Chinese investment in Africa could result in economies entirely dependent on the overly benevolent state. Chinese President Xi Jinping last September pledged some $60 billion worth of African investment as it looks to take a lead in what could be the second scramble for Africa, a new battle for emerging markets on the largely third world continent. China's perception in Zimbabwe took a heavy knock after Asian mining companies, especially Anjin, were fingered in the siphoning of diamonds worth hundreds of millions of dollars from the Marange fields to Shanghai. Opaque operations in the diamond-rich region resulted in former President Robert Mugabe reversing some of the mining deals, but they have restarted operations under President Emmerson Mnangagwa. Reporting for newzimbabwe.com, I am Leopold Munende. For these and more stories, please visit our website www.newzimbabwe.com. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Newzim TV.